Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Lauren Maloney. First at 6, hundreds of Vermonters face uncertainty about where they will live. Today marked the end of the adverse weather conditions exception, providing certain people hotel and motel vouchers during the winter months. And tonight, emergency shelters are set up in 4 Vermont communities. They are Berlin, Brattleboro, Rutland, and Burlington. ABC 22's Malachi Flynn is live at the Cherry Street Center right now. Hi, Malachi.
Yes, Lauren, I'm here in front of a temporary shelter on Cherry Street in Burlington, set to open later this evening, where folks who were being housed in hotels under the adverse weather conditions exception will be moving to today. On the day, hundreds of Vermonters had to leave their temporary homes in hotels and motels across the state. Housing advocates are speaking out.
Less than 2 days before the Friday deadline today, did they send out information to all the hotel, motels, and service providers to ask them to begin to fill out the variance form.
The adverse weather conditions exception expired Friday. Vermont Interfaith Action gathered at the Christ Episcopal Church in Montpelier with housing advocates who voiced their concerns with the removal of unhoused Vermonters from hotels, especially those with disabilities. Unhoused individuals with disabilities must have variance forms signed by a medical professional to remain in the voucher program, but Brenda Siegel, executive director of End Homelessness Vermont, said many who have a disability were not able to complete their paperwork by Friday's deadline to remain in their hotels.
There is no way that everybody that qualifies under a disability will be able to be eligible and stay in their hotel. They will be eligible, they will not be able to stay in their hotel. This is intentional harm and cruelty by the administration, and we need to name it for what it is.
She says that the governor's administration deliberately went against the wishes of the legislature, which authorized extended eligibility for disabled participants in the program. Vermont Legal Aid filed a lawsuit earlier Friday on behalf of homeless service providers with the goal of stopping the adverse weather conditions exception from ending. Governor Scott's press secretary noted that adverse weather condition exceptions end every year and that the only difference this year is that temporary shelters will be available for unhoused Vermonters at the governor's direction.
The majority of people have a disability that is qualifying. And the legislature knew that. The legislature knew that almost everyone in the hotels was actually vulnerable, and the governor intentionally exited disabled people to the street.
The shelters are set to open at 7 p.m. and close at 7 a.m., but Mayor Moreau Weinberger hopes to increase the hours at the Burlington shelter to open at 5 p.m. and close at 8 a.m., increasing the amount of time that unhoused individuals will be able to spend inside. Live in Burlington, Malachi Flynn, ABC 22 News.